For more than 500 years, people were told that Christopher Columbus discovered America, but that's not true. In fact, the first person to set foot in America arrived so long ago that history doesn't even remember his name. No statue, no grave, no written record, nothing. And yet, without him, the story of America might never have begun. So, who was he? And why did he disappear from history? Around 18,000 years ago, the world was a very different place. Massive glaciers covered huge parts of the earth. Temperatures were brutal. Food was scarce. For small groups of hunters living in what is now Siberia, survival was becoming harder every year. Then something strange happened. As the Ice Age locked more water into glaciers, sea levels dropped dramatically. A giant stretch of land emerged between Asia and North America. Today, it's underwater. Scientists call it Beringia, but nobody living at the time knew that. To them, it was simply new land, and new land meant new opportunities. One winter, a young hunter noticed something unusual. The mammoths were moving farther east than ever before. The herd seemed to be heading toward a horizon nobody had explored. For his people, mammoths meant survival, food, clothing, tools, life itself. So the hunters followed. At first, the journey felt normal, but weeks turned into months. The land seemed endless. Every time they thought they had reached the edge of the world, another frozen plain appeared. Still, the mammoths kept moving, and so did the hunters. Then disaster struck. A violent snowstorm swept across the landscape. Visibility disappeared. Families became separated. Several hunters never returned. For days, the survivors wandered through freezing winds. Many wanted to turn back, but turning back was just as dangerous as moving forward. So they continued into the unknown. And then they saw it, a land unlike anything they had ever known. Vast valleys, new rivers, endless forests stretching beyond the horizon. Without realizing it, they had crossed into North America. The first Americans had arrived. But here's where the mystery begins. The hunter who may have led the journey was never mentioned again. No one knows his name. No one knows how he died. No one even knows if he understood what he had accomplished. He didn't know he was entering a new continent. He was simply trying to keep his family alive. Yet his footsteps changed history forever. Over the centuries, his descendants spread across the continent. Some moved south through ice-free corridors. Others followed coastlines. Generation after generation pushed deeper into unexplored territory. Thousands of years passed. Entire cultures emerged. Communities grew. Trade routes formed. Civilizations developed. Long before Europe knew America existed, millions of people were already calling it home. Then came another mystery. Archaeologists once believed these first Americans arrived about 13,000 years ago. But new discoveries began changing the story. Ancient footprints, stone tools, hidden campsites. Evidence kept appearing that humans may have arrived much earlier than anyone expected. Every new discovery pushed the timeline farther back. And with each discovery, the identity of America's first visitor became even more mysterious. Who was he? How many people traveled with him? Did they arrive by land? Did some travel by boat along the coast? Scientists still debate the answers today. And that's what makes this one of the greatest mysteries in human history. The person who may have started the human story of America isn't a king. He isn't a famous explorer. He isn't even remembered. His name vanished thousands of years ago. But every city, every road, every nation, and every chapter of American history exists because someone once made a simple decision to keep walking across a frozen land into a world nobody had ever seen before. And although history forgot his name, his journey changed the fate of an entire continent forever. The first American remains unknown, but his footsteps are still echoing through history.